because of some of the speculations that have been popping up and because of the proliferation of the Arian heresy all throughout Christianized parts of the world, we get to a point which is known as the Arian crisis, where the majority of bishops in Christendom were Arian, right? They taught Arianism. They believed that, maybe Christ was divine in some way, but that nevertheless he was separate from God, that he was a creature, he was a created being, and he was not God in the same way that God was God. And so this is where we begin to see Trinitarian groundwork being laid. And these early fathers, they asserted that Trinitarianism had always been present, that even the Old Testament writers were themselves Trinitarian, that Abraham was a Trinitarian, Moses was a Trinitarian, but that the teaching itself had never been so explicitly formulated. A lot of incorporation of Greek metaphysical terms becomes necessary because the Greeks had a very philosophically sophisticated language because of their history with all of the Greek philosophers, Socrates, Plato, Aristotle. And so they had a lot of jargon that Christians could pull from, and not just pull from and just adopt these Greek metaphysical categories wholesale, but they could take these terms and repurpose them. They could reappropriate them. They could redefine them in a way that was Christian and helped to explain the Christian view of the Trinity, which was this idea that God is both one and three. God is one in essence, God is one in nature, substance, but he is three in terms of persons, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. And so we begin to see the groundwork being laid for that. There was the Orthodox fathers that put forth this idea of what's called monarchical Trinitarianism.